How much can really change in 6 months? Would you believe that in 6 months from now, your finances could look completely different? And not because you won the lottery or your boss doubled your salary, even though that would be nice too, but because you decided to get intentional. Today, I'm walking you step by step, a month by month plan to transform your money and your mindset. This isn't some cut out your lattes and you'll be rich scheme. It's doable and you might even find yourself having a little bit of fun. Let's jump in to month 1. Clarity is queen or king. We need to start by taking the blindfold off. This month, your only job is to figure out where your money is actually going. So I want you to track your money for the last 30 days, even if you start in the middle of the month. I want you to make a list of every single one of your debts. And for each debt, we need to know how much you owe, what the interest rate is, and what the minimum payment is. And I also want you to calculate your net worth. Now, your net worth is just everything that you own, your house, your car, minus everything you owe, your student loans, your car loan, your mortgage, all that. You might discover that you're spending $300 a month on food delivery. That's $3,600 a year. You could decide that you want to reroute that money to build your emergency fund, pay off your debt, or save for retirement. 65% of Americans don't know how much money they spent last month. Focus on getting clarity this month. It's not about shame or guilt. It's about knowing what's really happening. You also need to name your why. What are you working towards? Maybe a life without money stress, a home of your own. If you don't know where you want to go, you're never going to get there. Now in month 2, it's all about creating a simple, guilt-free budget. Budgeting is not about restriction, it's about direction. Think of it as giving your money a GPS. Feel free to use a method that fits your style, but don't spend the entire month picking a method. Just find something and go with it. I would recommend using a zero-based budget. This is just a budget where we know exactly how much money came in, and then every single dollar has a job that you know where it's going, even if it's going in the miscellaneous category. So at the end of the month, it says 0 at the bottom. This budget should prioritize the essentials: your housing, food, transportation, and utilities. We also want to start setting targets for debt payoff and savings. Let's say you make $4,000 a month. After essentials, you're setting aside $800 per month towards your debt. That's progress. Only 39% of Americans use a budget, but people who do are much more likely to hit their money goals. Just remember, your first budget does not have to be perfect, and neither does your 100th. It's better to make mistakes here and there than have no plan whatsoever. In month 3, you're building your starter emergency fund. Life is full of curveballs, but that emergency fund keeps you from having to go back into debt every single time something comes up, because that's inevitable. This starter emergency fund should be $2,000. Maybe this won't all happen in this month, and that's totally okay, but you've started working towards it. You're throwing money in this starter emergency fund. Set up a separate savings account to keep this starter emergency fund in so that it's not super easy to use and you can clearly see it separated from all your daily money. Try setting up auto transfers into this savings account. Even just $25 or $50 weekly will start to add up sooner than you think. To jumpstart your emergency fund, try selling something that you're not using anymore. That old treadmill that you could sell for $300, old electronics, clothes, furniture. 56% of Americans cannot cover an $1,000 emergency with cash. You will be so ahead of the curve even with this one small step. And remember, emergency funds are not for vacations or concert tickets. They're a financial safety net, but they do feel so good to have. In month 4, you're starting to attack your debt like a boss. Now that you've got some stability, it's time to tackle that debt. First, you need to pick a strategy, and I would recommend the debt snowball. When you're using the debt snowball, you are simply paying off the debt with the lowest balance first. You put all your other debts on your minimum payments, and after you knock out that first smallest debt, you use all that extra money and put it towards the next smallest debt. This keeps you motivated because paying off debt is a motivation mind game. Use a printable tracker to visualize your progress. and make extra payments whenever possible, even if it's $20 extra. Paying $200 extra on a $5,000 credit card at 22% interest can take years off of your repayment schedule and save you thousands of dollars of interest. The average American household is holding about $6,000 of credit card debt. But guess what? Those that have a written plan pay it off faster. Don't forget to celebrate every single win along your debt payoff journey. One of the biggest mistakes I see people making when they're trying to pay off debt is not having a clear plan. They pay extra on random balances, but this leads them to burnout fast. If you need support and clarity with your debt payoff journey, check out the description and that first pinned comment for my debt freedom toolkit. It has a simple plan that makes sense for your life, plus printable tools to keep you organized and motivated every step of the way. In month 5, you're increasing your income and cutting expenses. This accelerates your debt payoff journey. Paying off debt faster comes down to widening the gap between what you make and what you spend. So brainstorm ideas about how to boost your income. Side gigs, freelancing, selling crafts or baked goods, or tutoring. Review all of your subscriptions. Cut the ones that you just don't use. Meal plan carefully to slash your grocery bill. The average family wastes $1,500 worth of food every single year. I've worked with families that do a little door dashing in the evenings or on the weekends, and they make more than $500 a month that they can throw towards debt or savings. Nearly 40% of Americans actually have a side hustle. If you earn just $300 extra a month, that's $3,600 a year. Don't be afraid to negotiate your bills either. Sometimes just a phone call and asking for their latest deal can save you hundreds of dollars. In month 6, you're building long-term habits and staying future focused. Now that you've made some major progress, you want to protect it. This is where you need to start thinking long-term. So this month, you are automating your bills and your savings. You're reviewing and updating your goals and your budget. A lot has changed since month 1. You have made so much progress and you have changed yourself. And this month, you're starting to contribute to retirement, even if that's $50 a month. Sometimes just starting and setting it up is the hard part. A couple who paid off more than $30,000 in 1 year used that momentum to start maxing out their Roth IRAs every year. Only 36% of Americans feel on track for retirement. But that can change for you with small, consistent steps. A lot can change in 6 simple months. You just have to take one small step at a time. If you're ready to get started on your debt payoff journey, check out the Debt Freedom Toolkit. You'll find the link in the description and in that first pinned comment. It gives you everything you need to make a clear, customized plan so that you can pay off debt without the shame or the burnout. If you found this video useful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.